interactive part, question and answers. I will make this interactive part in the final and in the end of session because our time is a little. Great. In short, introduction about health. Health is a human wealth, health, safety, and well-being because it's the most precious thing owned by human. It's the way to person can serve without the end of others. If anyone has a good health, he can make things without others. Importance of health. If anyone has good health, he would have many blessings that the patient missed. Health is strength to face difficulties. Health is a source of confidence. Health is a source of reaching. Really, guys, health is the most expensive thing for everyone. I said that for you. Ways to keep health. To keep your healthy, drink large quantities of water every day, sleep enough time. The adults should sleep from 6 hours to 8 hours. For children, you should sleep from 16 hours to 18 hours. Take care of your personal hygiene, playing sports, stick to healthy food. If you make these ways, you will have a great healthy, really. Mm, Kinds of healthy food, fruits and vegetables such as dark green leafy vegetable and tomatoes, milk and milk products, fresh juices, nuts and various herbs, eggs, all kinds of eggs, dried fruits and final vegetable oil. All these my hashtags. If anyone makes these hashtags, you will have a good healthy. So interactive part, we will make this interactive part in the end of um, breakout room because we have a little time. Yeah.
If you want, you can ask the questions you have. Okay, thank you so much for presenting it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Before we prepare these projects, we learned the steps of them. First, we seek into the issues that we can work on, and then we do some research on like reliable sources and see who did what on the issue. Like we looked at social media, if there are activists that already work on them, and then we prepared our post for like social media, and also if we chose our way to represent it. Maybe you want your audience to, like, you called your audience to action by saying that we are going to demonstrate, or we will spread awareness. And then we came up with like presentation slideshow, and I can share mine as well. Can you see my screen? Okay. So
yeah.
I worked on child labor because since I was a little child, I always see children around me working instead of going to school, and I was like feeling really guilty about them, and then made many research on them. And basically on the world there are over 3 million children who work more than 40 hours like a week instead of going to school or getting an education, because of their families like socioeconomic situation. They live and lose their childhood, which makes our situation miserable, and then they have to act like an adult and like earning money. And there are many NGOs working on the issue. However, I couldn't find any long-term solution for the issue that is actively done. And also, this problem actually should be a political issue, because the government should have a budget for these families and should have been supporting them. However, like because of their ignorance, this issue becomes more socially regarded, and as a society we should handle this. And so I came up with like my call to action. I want people to be aware of the issue, and if it is possible in their country, oppose the government and show that this is our responsibility to help these children and donate for them. There are like bunch of organizations around the world. One of them, and most famous one, is UNICEF. And join us for a long-term solution. And I am working on long-term solutions with one of my teachers, and we try to create a program where the like rural part of the city, or the poor section of the society can work in a job, and we can sell the products, natural products of them, maybe a food or maybe a cloth, and then by the income we can like both give their salaries, and also give these children scholarships. So it's like a social activism and internship. And if I can achieve this, I would like to see my audience with me by joining the program. And here is my Instagram post. I'm still editing it, and here is the photo of children selling water in the gravery. And I gave some facts about the issue, and I like this question, so I put it here. What if one of them was your child? When people read this, actually for myself, I feel very guilty about the issue, so it makes me to work on that. And also by this question, you can empathize with them and see like how would you act if you were one of them. And also here is the reason why this issue existing. And we live in a polarized world. On one side, people are suffering from poverty. On the other side, there are like children who don't know anything about the real world, and like when they grow up, when they face these problems, they like don't know how to act. They are not prepared for them. Also, like because of their family's high income, and they feel they are comfortable at the beginning of their life maybe, but then they don't feel like they're grown up, and so they can't be happy, according to the research. And I have 3 hashtags. What if your child, from UNICEF, for every child. And here are like sources that I use for them. Thank you.
It was really interesting.
Thank you so much.
Great. But Güler, I have a question for you. What's the importance to let you to talk about this problem?
Yeah, as I said, in my hometown, like there is the rich part of the society, and also there is like the people who really suffer from the capitalist program in the going around the country. So when I see their like children, I can give this example. When that was the dad's day, and on that day I went to the graveyard to visit my grandfather, and then at that day I was able to commemorate him. But these children had to work and sell water for the visitors, and I said we should have the same rights. But instead they are working, and I am here able to live live however I want, and then I decided to put this on my post. So I feel guilty about the issue because we are also in this system and we are working for this system while they are suffering, and I feel very responsible for them.
Yeah, nice, very nice.
So we have 6 more minutes. We can do icebreakers or like we can like be more like get to know each other more if you like to, like, however you want, or we can share like our experience more about our experience in the pathway. What do you think?
So I have a question for you guys, the helping hands. Did you also have the first part where you had only like cultural exchange? So you talked about your countries and your culture, then the part two when you know, worked on your projects and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
in part one, in the first week, we just had like discussion boards on cultural like exchanging, and I think we had the same like discussion boards. We introduced an object from our culture, foods, and also places to visit. And in the second week, we actually started to do something. I couldn't hear you. If you like to say. And in the second week, we started to do things about the social justice. So maybe Yusuf would like to share his experience in helping hands. We can't hear you because your microphone is like turned off.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, I learned from this program many things such as empower my qualities of leadership assessment. I am a leader of Egyptian Boy Scouts, but in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, because I learned many things about leadership assessment that I didn't know about this. As number first to know more and more about other cultures around the world. I now I have many experience about other culture around the world, and make a new friends from the world. New friends is you. Are you?
I just want to, if I may say, I want observing you, and I'm so proud of all of you, and you've done such a wonderful job. I'm looking forward to hearing other presentations from the other years to do this in virtual. And this is the benefit of you being so familiar with social media and with the technology. Of course, there's a lot of downsides to all of this, and the content is often very negative. But you've really done a wonderful job, and I want to post these. We're recording it, and I want to post these on the website with your permission, and show it to the State Department and others, and the embassies, so that they see how much potential you really have. But I want to give you an opportunity, if you have any question for me, since I'm in your group, I was placed in your group. If you have any question for me, I'm here to answer them briefly, unless you all want to talk about something else. That's fine too.
Yeah, I am curious about your like past and like your biography, because my teacher loves you so much. So I would like to hear about your like experience in this program. Like, how did you come to this place, to this study?
Well, many years ago, you know, I realized that the United States of America was just a big, North America was just a big island between two oceans. and that in my education as a youth, I didn't really know much about the rest of the world, and I was very curious about the rest of the world. So I thought, well, I studied law, I studied medicine, and I also studied Montessori education, and I realized that that American youth were really siloed into their sort of their little worlds. And of course, many of you come from monocultures, so that you don't have the experience often of other people from other parts of the world being in your schools, or other races or other religions or things like that. So this was very important to me, and I was on my own spiritual journey at that time, and I spent a lot of time in the Middle East and in Turkey, and in Egypt and Morocco and other parts of the world. And I was in India. I spent 14 years in and out of India, and I realized that, as you said, Gula, that there's so many impoverished youth who have no opportunity in the world at all. So I wanted to create a camp where that would take place. So the first thing that Legacy International did was actually our camp. So the Global Youth Village is the oldest program we have, and that was one that was self-funded and not through the Department of State or other funding agencies. We did have some donors for Native American work and some other international work. And what I realized was that we could bring individuals to the United States. And then this year, what happened? This year, it really became the Global Youth Village, because we had to go to you, and we have you in your countries. So it's really an interesting, unfortunately, it's a situation caused by COVID-19, but it's brought us another opportunity to do this. So we have worked with Vietnamese boat children right after the Vietnamese War, kids who escaped from the Cambodian prison camps, re-education camps, where they were taught horrible things. We've had Native Americans, of course, our indigenous people dealing with their issues in our country, where we killed 12 million of them at one point. So, it's a lot of issues came up, Palestinian, Israeli, the Irish, Catholic and Protestant wars and others. So this is how it all came about, and here you are, and you're the leaders of the future, and I want to see you here next summer to take the next step with this work. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to say something. We're about to close the breakout room. Thank you very much for your, I look forward to hearing the rest of you make your presentations, if I can see some of those. And Allah bless you, God bless you, and keep you healthy and all your family healthy. And I make dua for all the health of all of your family.
Yeah.
So, hello everyone. I hope you guys got to see some of the amazing projects that Helping Hands did. I can personally express I am so incredibly proud and amazed at the phenomenal work they did. They're a really talented group of people. I'm going to do one last thing for you guys, which is I'm going to share a screen. Let me just get it up. I'm just going to show you guys an image of all the, where is it? I'm going to show you guys an image of the work that they did as part of Helping Hands, just the different organizations they helped with, which will work now. Yeah, so this is just some of the organizations that they did their service hours with over the last week. As you can see, it's a really amazingly wide range of activities. This is on top of the work that they were doing in the Zoom and making these amazing projects and campaigns. So we're just incredibly thrilled with the Helping Hands group and the extraordinary work they did. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm going to share some links, which is some of the people's campaigns, if you would like to go support them. And some of them may have also shared with you, but on behalf of Helping Hands, I hope you enjoyed it. And to my Helping Hands people, you guys were amazing. And I'm so proud of the share out. Everyone's been saying it's been brilliant. So thank you so much.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. Great job.
That was great. That was really great. Mike, how about you? How about You take it from here.
Thanks, Mary. Well, the Communitech pathway has really been shaped by the participants. So I'm going to leave it to them to share with you about Communitech and about their experience. Malik and Aya, go ahead, take it away.
Hello everybody, and hello campers. So first of all, I would like to make a share screen to welcome you. Well, okay. Let's make this. Okay. We are your friends from the Communitech family, and we are so excited to present you our amazing details of our Communitech journey. We have made many projects, but at first, let's leave you with my friends to say hello in their native language. It's interesting. For me, we say in Arabic, marhaban. So for Iya, Adonai.
Hello.
Ebay.
For me in Kyrgyz, it's salam.
Salam, that's nice. So Yuki.
Hello. So it's konnichiwa, I suppose.
Yes. And Siham.
Salam alaikum.
That's nice. Okay, so let's continue. You know, Communitech, what is Communitech? Communitech is all about searching for global issues, problems to solve by technology and by developing apps and websites. For example, poverty, unemployment, refugees issues, all of these. We have searched deeply in order to find solutions and specific troubles, and so on. You know, the kind of the sentence that says technology is the best when it brings people together. Technology now has taken a really large part of our lives, and we rely on it in a very much. So Communitech pathway, I find it a really very important one, and I am really glad to be a part of it. Now I will leave you with my friend Aya to show you at first some amazing cultural lessons that we have learned from each other, and to give you a picture about something called design thinking. It is the fruit of this Communitech pathway. So go ahead, Aya.
Hello. Okay, so just 1 minute so I can make the presentation in PowerPoint in front of me. I have a problem sharing my screen with my laptop. So is it okay to share it with a smartphone?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
okay.
Yes, that should be fine. Okay.
She's using a tech solution to solve a problem. Look at her go. Is there anyone else that has your presentation that could share screen for you? There we go.
So is it okay?
We see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll talk about some interesting details we learned from each other's cultures in each other's countries. Um, you have to make
It's
okay.
good. We can see it just fine. It's perfect the way it is.
Okay, so we'll start with a cultural event in Kyrgyzstan, and as Abay Bakirov, one of Communitech's participants, said, each 5th March, people all over our country celebrate a Kalpak Day. This holiday was accepted recently. However, we quickly left it. Whole day of people wear our national headwear, as you can see in that photo. At Kalpak, the school organizes a concert and we literally have no lessons this day. When I come home, I watch a celebration of Ak Kalpak Day in our capital, Bishkek, on TV. There is a big event where Komush, Kil, Kyak, Kirk national instrument, players and singers perform national songs. Also, there is the show of Gigas, fine fellows show trick on running horses. And also one of the participants from Tunisia, Omar Kassis, said about some beautiful places that are worth visiting in Tunisia. Since Tunisia is a country that has a great different types of nature as well as an interesting history, the destinations I would recommend are the desert in Matmata. As you can see in that picture, it's a city in the south of Tunisia. There you can discover a relatively traditional way of living, an interesting one that you've never tried before. Matmata is well known with its historical houses. Hammamet. For the ones who have planned to visit Tunisia during summer, it's a known place. It's a great touristic destination where you can enjoy the great beaches. Ain Draham. If you're planning to visit Tunisia during winter, it will be great idea to go in there. That's a city known with the amazing nature and mountains. If you have luck, it will probably snow. That would be fantastic. Let's now present a traditional Egyptian holiday, and as Abdurrahman Hamid Hamdallah from Egypt said, we have here in Egypt the spring holiday. It's one of the Egyptian traditional celebrate and also one of the pharaonic feasts in this day, 20 April from the year. Usually we go out for a walk, visit relatives and eat smoked fish, but this year has a special ritual because of virus corona. We could not do this as a reality, but we shared our celebrations via social media sites. But I hope next year that I will spend a good time as I used to the previous. And now we're going to talk about what we learned from the workshop Design Thinking, presented by Taima Abdelhadi. We want to thank her for the great presentation she made, so let's react all with a virtual applause to thank her. Okay, first I want to ask the participants of the Helping Hands pathway. Do you know what is design thinking? If you know it, clap your hand with a virtual reaction, and if you don't know, make a virtual thumbs up. Okay, so design thinking will help you understand better your project. It's the process that seeks to understand the user and the targeted your audience to solve problems creatively. When we say design thinking, we talk about 5 phases that make up the entire design thinking process: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. Let's start with the empathize in this. Let's start with the empathize. In this phase, you have to understand the user, see the world with his eyes, understand their feelings, appreciate them as human beings, and communicate your understanding, make surveys, connect with people, make interviews with them. And the second phase is define. The second phase of design thinking process is define, where you construct a point of view that is the user's needs. What are the user's problems? Using data collected from the empathize stage, you define the core problems you want to solve. And the third phase is ideate. So, for the third phase of this design thinking process where you generate a range of crazy creative ideas after having a solid background of knowledge from the first 2 phases. Now you can start thinking outside of the box. And for the fourth phase, prototype, where you should build real tangible representations for a range of your ideas. In the last phase, which is test, where you have to return to your users for feedback. And then the test phase. It's the last phase, which is test, where you can have to return to your users for feedback. The testing phase enables you to see where your prototype works well and where it needs to improving. Based on user feedback, you can make changes and improvement before you spend time and money. Try to use this powerful tool to solve complex problems, and it will be great results. And now let's present the result of what we learned in this amazing program and talk about our Communitech pathway with Malak. It's up to you, Malak.
Okay, guys, so let's go back and I will share my screen again. Okay, let's continue. For community tech pathway, there are many lessons that we have learned. Of course, for technology that made life easier, especially that the availability of mobile apps and websites to produce a change in everyone's life has increased. Why all of this? Why? Because there are many troubles that we face now, especially under the condition of COVID-19, that made people more likely to be online learners, online workers, and everything almost became just online. So we need technology in order to face our problems in this big world. We need it very much. And there's an important point to mention is that we mustn't forget that you need to be a really impressive and inspiring leader with as many skills as possible in order to make a change in your community. Now I will talk about my project that I have made and to discuss with you a little bit about it. For my app idea was in order to solve a problem in my country, we suffer from high education fees, especially medical student fees, and there are lots of medical students. So this has really made a very big problem in the country. So the app will be named MedBook, and it works on finding fundraisers for poor students who can't pay for education by telling their stories on the app and make a profile for them, and so we can collect donations for them Also, there will be an area specialized for each student as an electronic piggy bank in order to collect and record money from his daily expenses, and that by this way he can help himself as well. That was the main idea of my app that I am currently working on, depending on the design thinking that my friend Aya has just explained. Well, now I will leave you with the other amazing ideas of my friends, and I leave you with Siham project. So Siham, now you can talk and tell us about your idea.
Sure. Hello everyone. I am Siham and I'm a Communitech. I will just share my screen right now. Um, okay. I hope that you are able to see the screen. So just like Malak said, we had to find a local issue in our communities and then develop a solution for that problem. And I don't know if you are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So as any other country, my home country, Morocco, suffers from a lot of issues, but I decided to shed the light on education, and the problem that I addressed is basically the lack of academic counseling and guidance in Moroccan high schools. And like many students are suffering and are confused to find out what they really want to do in their future career and academic paths. So the solution that I came up with is an app that provides the high school students with all the resources they need to know what they want to do in the future, and like colleges that exist in the country and the majors that each one provides. And also the most important function of this app is to facilitate the connection between the students and mentors so that they can help them and guide them in their journey. So as an application of what we learned from the design thinking workshop, I made a survey in which I put many questions regarding the problem and suggested solutions that I have in my app. And the reaction of the students was pretty interesting. They all agreed that this is a serious problem that needs to be solved. So here's the sketches I made for my app. I drew them by using a pencil and some colors just as an initial prototype. So at first you see the logo, and then you just, as any other app, you log in, and then if you don't have an account, you create one. Then the first screen, which is the home screen that you'll see, is here. You have all the resources about different schools and different majors, and if you click on one of them, another window will pop up and provides you with all the information. The yellow button here is the Me function. It basically gives you all the information regarding your account and the settings, etc. But the most important function is Mentors. So if you click on Mentors, you'll have this screen that gives you the choice. You choose the field that you're interested in, and then the college name that has that field. And then you have this other screen, and the most important feature of it is this yellow section here, in which you ask whatever you want. You ask your mentors, and then you wait for them to give you the answers to your wonders here, either in the podcasts or the frequently asked questions. So for the frequently asked questions, you just read the already asked questions. If that's helpful, then that's great. If not, you just listen to the podcasts that are already recorded. And if not, you just wait for the answers to come soon. That's it for my application. I hope that you liked it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Siham. I think now we will continue discussing our projects via breakout rooms.
Yes, I have the breakout rooms all set to go. Just so everyone knows who's going to be in what breakout rooms. For breakout room number 1, we have Siham and Abdullah Rahim. And breakout room 2, we have Omar. Breakout room 3, we have Aya and Yuki. Breakout room 4, we have Fatma and Graham. And then breakout room 5, we have Malik. And if anyone else from Communitech hops on, I'll be sure to get them in their breakout rooms. But yeah, thank you all so much for your presentations. This is beautiful. And enjoy your breakout rooms. We'll see you soon.
Hi. How are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So please just wait a few minutes after I bring something. So I hope that you guys have catched our main ideas and that what are we working on. So at first, do you have a problem or something that wasn't clear? Or if you have an idea, okay then. For our projects, we all had many hours or even many days in order to work on apps and develop them in order to get benefits for our community. Well, there were many global problems in order to solve, and we had to select the most important ones. There are many problems. You can find many problems only in just one community. You can find poverty, you can find pollution, just in one community. But we had to just select one, which is the most suitable with our abilities and with our age. For example, I am a student at university, and I can't, for example, go to refugees issues. So I chose the high education fees that we all here in Palestine suffer from. I'm from Palestine, by the way. So my ad idea was to fix this issue, the high education fees. So at first, I thought about making an app that helps students to make donations. And then ideas started to come, and I started to develop it more and more. So at the first one, the first page of my app, or the first screen, when you just pick up the app and open it, you can register as a student, or you can register as a doctor, or you can register as a guest. For the student who will get benefits from this app, mostly, he will be able to save money for his education. For doctors, this app is special for medical students. I didn't mention this point, I forget it. So medical students in my community really suffer from high education fees. We have to pay over $3,500 per semester. And this thing might be okay, normal for some communities, but for my community, it's not. My community economic is much less than this, and this amount of money doesn't match with it. So is that clear, or is there a point that I have to? If that's clear, please tell me. Do I continue?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
clear.
sure.
Okay. And if the user of the app was a doctor, then he can register and he can do many functions. The main function is to donate for medical students. Of course, he was a medical student before and he feels what does it mean to suffer from paying and to suffer from high education fees. And the second mention for the doctor in this app is to provide knowledge for medical students and to show them some medical mistakes that might happen. For example, we have 5 specialties in medicine, for example. Let's say there are 5, like internal medicine, cardiosurgery, neurosurgery. The doctor can come and make like a meeting for the students and provide them with knowledge and with mistakes that they might fall in while they are working on patients, which is something really very important to develop the career of the medical student. And so when the doctor registers at this app, he will be able to choose his specialty via a special screen for him in order to make qualified doctors with no mistakes anymore. I believe that even if I made a small change or small effect or even a small knowledge, I believe that it can make a big effect, which which motivates me to continue in this app. So, and also the doctor can use a wide space and a special screen for him in order to find news about medical issues, medical operations, and medical mistakes, as we said. And for the third one, you can be a guest. A guest of the app will be like a fundraiser, or will be a researcher, and or just be someone who is curious about knowing what this app's idea is about. So the guest also will have a special screen for donating for the medical students, and a special screen for finding information about medicine, information about he can also be a nurse, and he can be a worker in medical field, in any medical field that will be available for him. Also, there will be a space in my app for fun facts about medicine, for students and for doctors, and also for guests. This area will be opened for all of them. So when they come to this page of making medicine fun, they can find strange informations and funny facts about medicine, or even historical news. They can find all of these. This area will be interesting for people when they are bored from study or bored from work. They just can go and enjoy reading in this corner. There will be also like a final page or final screen for informations for anyone who would like to ask a question, for anyone who would like to know more about medical students in my country or in my university. Especially, I study in Jerusalem, if you have heard about it. Have you ever heard about Jerusalem? No
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I study there, but I'm not from this city. I'm from Jenin, which is far from Jerusalem. But Jerusalem has the strongest university of medicine, and I study medicine there, by the way. And so which inspired me when I saw the conditions there and the medical students who suffer from paying and the knowledge there. I thought that the knowledge really needs to be increased, and awareness also needed to be increased. So from this point also, I made a screen about, or a corner in the app about raising awareness of many diseases, I mean. Which will help everybody, will help anyone who can see the app, or it will also, yeah, it will be a good thing. So let's go for the point of donating. At which basis will exactly the student donate, collect donations, I mean? The student will be able to tell his story by a special page for him. He will write everything about him, everything about his family, everything about his financial state, and also he must provide his email and his phone or contact details in order to be able to reach this student. And for ethical considerations, we will not use his name, but we will use an ID number. I think this is much better than using his name in order to be comfortable while writing. Do you agree with this point, guys? Say yes if yeah.
Yes.
Okay. When the fundraiser finds this thing or this student, he will be able to take additional information from him, contact him via email or phone, and will be comfortable to study all his life aspects in order to avoid lies. You know, when people see money, they can lie. Yeah, and that was my idea, my app idea, I mean. So how much time still? Oh, there's still many time, 13 minutes. Okay, I think guys, if you have any question, you can tell me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Teresa. I'm helping out with Helping Hands. Because we were thinking maybe for the question and answer portion, if you have enough bandwidth or good enough internet, maybe everyone could turn on their video so we can see you all during the Q&A.
My internet connection is unfortunately unstable, so I
That's okay.
prefer.
Yeah. Yeah, if your internet's not great, that's okay, but just if you can, that would be nice. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you, Teresa. Is it Teresa or Teresa?
Kind of depends on where you are in the world, but I just say Teresa.
Okay, nice name.
Thank you. I really liked your presentation, Malik.
Thank you.
Maybe you could share with us a little bit more about Communitech while we're all listening.
There are colleagues here from Communitech. There are Omar, there are Adonai. Omar, Adonai, can you share your projects, please?
Okay, I'll try to share my project. The reason I haven't really been sharing is because I don't think my internet connection is good enough for me to share, but let me try.
It's okay, you can just talk.
Can you see it? Hello?
I can see that it says you started sharing your screen, but there we go. Now we can see it.
You can see like the flag, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So my project, so the issue that I decided to tackle was poverty in Haiti, because like it is a very poor country. So I decided to create this app called Haitian Dollars. And I called it that because currency in Haiti is like, it's not dollars, it's gourds. But like, I think that if it wasn't dollars, it would be worth more. So this would be basically like if you go into my app or website, this would be basically what it would look like at first. So like, so yeah, it is an app created for people like to be able like sign in and like use the money that's in the app. Every time when somebody gets into like, every time somebody downloads the app, they will have a certain amount of funds already given to them by the app, and they would be able to like spend it and all that. Kind of just like an American Cash app, kind of, except it's for Haiti. So that's kind of where those similarities go. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So like, so once somebody downloads the app, they can go ahead and sign in and put in all their information and all that. Just like any other app, this app kind of does like, it does protect your information so that, you know, like, because everybody does have currency through this, so that nobody's like losing any, you know, money. And given like, and the organizations or people or like anything that accepts this currency will be able to like spend money through it. They'd be able to like spend through stuff like that, and they'd be able to like, you know, buy stuff and buy stuff, and they'd be able to buy stuff. And I added this feature called Friends right here. I thought it'd be nice, like, if you wanted to, you could send money to certain people, like, who don't have it. That's something that in America, like, I live in America, and like, my family does to people who live in Haiti, to my family that lives in Haiti. So I thought that'd be nice. And this About Us part, all it was is just that I was just gonna write like my mission statement. I haven't done it yet, but I was gonna write my mission statement, like what I wanted the app to like be in the end. So what you're seeing here is just like a couple images. This is the Haitian flag. This is what it looks like, and these are Haitian gourds. This is Haitian currency and what it looks like. Um, I I changed it, like, I called the app Haitian dollars. But I think it'd still be fine if the country were to still use gourds or this kind of currency. I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know if that would help or hurt finances, because I feel like in most countries that use dollars as currency, it's worth more than anything else. So that's why. So I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, so this app, it's going to help fix the poverty problem in Haiti, because the government
I think it's a problem with internet connection.
Hello?
Oh, he's back. There we go.
Hello,
Yes.
Adonai.
Yeah, hello. I'm sorry, my internet's not really good. But yeah, that's basically
It's
what my
okay.
project is. That's basically what my project is, and that's basically what I'm trying to attack, like what I'm trying to do. So yeah, so this app, it's gonna continue to build. Like, when I first talked about this app to Communitech, they told me that it wouldn't really work because it's too much of a big idea to really try like to expand this to a whole country. So I feel as though, just like a company like Bitcoin worked here, I can make this work there through an app, and like have it continue it, like have it start small, and then like in some organizations or in a neighborhood, and like have it continuously build up. So that's basically the goal, and that's basically how I'm going to achieve it through this app.
Thank you, Adonai. That was amazing. Interesting idea.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
I think we still have time um, if you
Yes,
have
Omar.
something to comment about Adonai project, or
Yes,
I can talk about mine
you can
brief.
continue, Omar.
Mhm.
We are
So
hearing you.
sorry, my internet connection is really unstable, so I think I'm not gonna share my screen. So I had basically two ideas to work on during this pathway. One is I find helpful, but it doesn't need an app. So I talked about the old people who need help and are sick. Some of them need medical care and go outside and get lost, and their families get scared about them and try to find them out, and they find they find them sometimes at accidents and all. So I thought about making some sensors for the wheelchairs, and this is an update for my project. I participated in a national project here in Tunisia, and I made a kind of watch and band, a medical watch, a medical band that supports the GPS and is connected to the mobile phone. As an update for this project, I thought about um, making these sensors in the wheelchair and make kind of a small app where you can have the reports of all the sensors like the GPS, um, the um, the blood rate and everything. And this can be updated. But my other project and the project I worked on and made, which I worked on its brainstorming and all its parts during this pathway, is my application is called Opportunities. And the name Opportunities is written in a fun fact with a Z at the end. And so it is like it's opportunity with a Z at the end. So and there I always have some teammates and in my community here. The teenagers say that there are no opportunities and internships for volunteering and self-development, and but I discovered that there are a lot of opportunities such as this opportunity of GYV, but unfortunately we don't hear about them, and there is no place where all these kinds of opportunities are shared, so we can get the we can have more people benefit from them. So I thought about having an app where both private persons can share the opportunities they find, and also the organizations and who for example organize events or look for volunteers, they can share their opportunities that they offer, and so that we can make a whole community where both private people and organizations can share. But because I discovered in the apps that I use, there are either private people that share or organizations. There aren't mixed. There aren't applications that mix the both sides. So yeah, I think time is up. Thank you for your attention. And
Thank you. Omar, it looks like you've got about 40 seconds left. If you have anything else you want us to say about it. Maybe can you tell us what you...
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Your mic was...
can you tell us what you plan to do next? Are you going to continue working on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully study computer science, and I wanna make mobile app development. So I will work on that as my project, and take that seriously in order to develop that. And I wanna have special
as soon as they're developed. I love it. Amazing. Who is gonna stay in touch with their friends that they made from GYV? Give me a clapping hands. You're gonna email with them. You're gonna use social media. Hopefully you're gonna see them in person next summer at GYV. Yes. I love it. Amazing. Thank you all so much, the Communitech. Thank you so much for your amazing presentations and all the work you guys have done on this app development. It is so enormously impressive.
Yeah, thanks Haley for being our tech assistant today. I just want to say that it was really a pleasure to see Helping Hands and Communitech's the fruit of your labors. And again, I just really want to recognize each of you as leaders who have developed your public speaking skills, your presentation skills, your cross-cultural skills during this short 3-week program. And I am really inspired. I think that we're in good hands for the future if you guys are the leaders. Does anybody else want to say anything? Either of the facilitators? Oh, you do. Mr. Ash, please.
I do. I'm blown away. I'm so happy. I'm so inspired. I'm so grateful. And I can't tell you how much love and light come from you. Be partners in the future, okay? We are here for you. We want to help you to help yourself so we can all help other people. And that's what legacy is about. All the values we talked about at the very, very beginning, I see them manifest in your projects. And this is the hope. You are the future. And I know that's an old statement and it's been said to every generation, but now we need more than ever to create really open, democratic ideas with ethics and equity and equality for everyone. And it's going to be, it's an uphill climb, and we all know that. You have to have patience. Spend some time with yourself every day. Just spend some time. I know that we're all locked up in houses and things like that, but spend some time quietly with your eyes closed in your heart every day. And we'll not only be in contact through the technology, but kalbi, heart to heart, we're going to be in contact with each other. And we're here to find ways to be partners in the future. So stay aware about what else is happening at Legacy, like Global Transformation Corps and other things that we're going to be offering, because you're never too old and you're never too young. I'm on the old side, you're on the young side. So let's keep going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So everybody, big thank you to Lorna, Safa, Mike, and Tama for being your facilitators. And yeah.
I take a group picture?
Absolutely.
Yes, I was going to say that. Can we take a screenshot?
Always. You guys beat me to
it.
I love it.
Reminder, I was
Yes, I'm going to ask anyone who doesn't already have their camera on, who would like to be seen for the picture, just to turn their camera on for this. We have 2 screens today, so I'm going to be taking 2 different screenshots. So I see everyone is lit up for screen number 1. This is beautiful. So we're going to do screen number 1. Everyone smile just in case. You may or may not be on screen number 1 for me. So we're going to do countdown. 3, 2, 1. I think this is the most beautiful picture I've ever seen. All right. And then we're going to get the first most beautiful picture I've ever seen, part 2. Just a second. Turn on your screen if you would still like for screen number 2. All right. 3, 2, 1, smile. Wow. Best picture ever, number 2. And we are all set. Thank you all so much. You are so inspiring and you literally are the future.
Everybody remember to bring a candle and something to light it with to the final Friday session, okay? All right, thank you. Have a great evening, day.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
شكرا. الله حافظ.
شكرا. Merci.
شكرا. باي.